Different World Pharmacy, Vol. 4 Chapter 6. Lotte's First Lounge. I understand the general situation. He often reports to me. The Empress nodded heavily. Solomon told the Empress what had happened so far. If Falma and Solomon went to the palace in a carriage together, the church might discover Solomon, so they sent out their carriages separately and came to the palace separately. Falma, who had come earlier, reported, and Solomon, who came later, gave a detailed account of the situation. Falma went back to operating the pharmacy. The Holy Land is planning to seal Falma in the Holy Church. So you're sure that's what you're saying? Yes, fearfully. Solomon was imprisoned for not telling the whereabouts of Falma and for covering for him. Incidentally, the priests under Solomon were not particularly blamed, but they were transferred to temples in other countries and were monitored. Is Falma a medicine god? Elizabeth asked again. She wanted to hear what the ex-priest had to say about it. I don't know if it's a medicine god incarnate or a medicine god possessed, but there's no doubt about it. Though he may deny it. Oh, Falma is a little different. The Empress loosened her mouth. He is a god who is desperately trying to fit into the mortal world and is trying to get closer to mankind. He even has the power to change the world, but he doesn't know his true power because he has never shown it. That's his personality too. He's completely different from the guardian gods he's had before. Solomon's words were filled with heat as he said that he had been saved. A man like him, he even took the risks. Is the temple still after Falma? Even if they kidnap him or take him hostage, they are going to welcome Falma Sama to the Holy Church. Even now, Falma Sama's tail is probably being followed by priests. The pharmacy and the mansion are not safe at all. And Master, Falma's family is in danger. Solomon's concern is that the temple will take no prisoners and that it will eventually resort to strong measures. It's a terrible thing. What is the church going to do with the capturing of Falma? It is said that the guardian deity will be enshrined in the Holy Church and be worshipped. TL note. Bah. They're just going to *CK the powers of the deity. Humans really? How do you say they're going to seal him? It was a matter of church secrecy. As a priest, it's unbecoming to speak to a worldly empress. He had betrayed the church. But he has no regrets. He'll be confined in a place called the Holy Sanctuary. Once you enter, the divine seal is put in place, so the guardian deity loses his divine power and can never leave again. Since the Holy Sanctuary is a space that absorbs divine power, Falma Sama's divine power would be constantly exploited. Life in the Holy Sanctuary is as comfortable as a palace. Worshipped by a large number of priests and clothed in house, but freedom is taken away. If the divine sealer works on Falma, Solomon noted. There had been instances in the past where the divine seal did not work on a strong god. Solomon also thought that Falma would be able to escape from the Holy Church without difficulty, even if he was trapped there. The Empress revealed her displeasure when she heard the Church's plot. It is appalling to hear the Church imprisoning a guardian god. Don't these priests have any faith? You're right. Solomon bowed his head in awe. I don't know what's going to happen when Falma, who is so obsessed with medicine and patients, is trapped in the church and can't heal his patients. Elizabeth felt annoyed that she would go mad. She wanted him to do what he wants to do. Even the empresses have minimally intervened in the pharmacies, although they have given feudal lands and given financial support to Falma. That pharmacy is a sanctuary. It was a place where no human being should step on dirt, as it should be, Elizabeth thought. The temple has gone to such lengths to exploit the divine powers of Falma. What on earth do they want to use it for? I'm just a priest. Only the cardinal can know what's really going on. Well, you've confided in me. The next time he's caught in the church, Solomon won't be alive. However, Solomon was not sullen in his words. I am a servant of God, not of the church. This meant that Solomon had put his faith in Falma more than anything else. Solomon thought that only the Empress could protect Falma in terms of power and authority. Then what are you going to do about it? It's too good to be true. I'm staying here as a guest of the de Medici's family, but I'll leave when the time is right. I have something I want to look for. After that, Solomon was going to go on a wandering journey. He was thinking of tracing the legend of the sacred fountain for Falma and going to find it. Well, I'll let you find whatever you want. Don't you want to be a vassal? The empress said something like that. Solomon is shy. If the church is watching, it's too public to shelter you in the noble house, even temporarily. On the other hand, in my palace, no imperial city priests are allowed to enter without being invited. It's a good place to shelter people. As a former chief priest, your knowledge is useful. I would also like you to lend me a great deal of help as the imperial divine art advisor. In particular, the ritual of opening and closing the divine vein would be a trump card against the Holy Land. Moreover, if you stay here, Falma, your god, will come as a court pharmacist. As you wish. I can't thank you enough for your kindness. In addition to his own safety, Solomon's conditions were perfect. At that time, Falma was one step ahead of the rest of the way back to the pharmacy. It's a mystery. How did this happen on my staff card? Even after several days had passed, Falma couldn't even get a clue as to what kind of effect the staff seal that was enshrined as a great secret treasure in the basement of the Holy Church had on it. Even Falma doesn't know how to use it. Ellen looked through the gleaming, jewel-like staff certificate. Of course, this is also a hidden treasure, so Ellen can't even get her hands on it. The secret treasure can't penetrate organic matter and be pocketed, so it's wrapped in aluminum foil and carried. For now, he'll keep it as a good luck charm in case he comes up with an idea of how to use it. Falma even thought about such things. Beside Falma and the others, Lotte was secretly heaving a big sigh. It was too loud to hear, so Falma didn't miss it. What's the matter, Lotte? It sounded like I was going to do something about it. If you're ever in trouble, just tell me what you need to know. Ellen gently tapped Lotte on the shoulder. I can't stop the blood. In a fading voice, Lotte confessed. You got a cut or something? Where is it? Do you want me to take a look at it? When Falma asked, Lotte ran away. Even with the use of a diagnostic eye, there is nothing wrong anywhere. No, please don't. Falma regretted asking it in a roundabout way. When you're about Lotte's age and the divine eyes can't detect any disease and the blood won't stop. Could it be that one? Falma imagined. Ha ha, by any chance. Ellen clears her throat and gives Lotte an earful. Right? When Ellen asked, Lotte nodded and said yes. It seemed that she was surprised. Lotte-chan, that's it. You've joined the ranks of adult women. Lotte had reached her first menstruation. An adult. Ellen explained the changes that have taken place in Lotte's body. I didn't know this was going to happen. Oh, Lotte-chan. Didn't your mother ever tell you that? When did that happen? It started yesterday. It was getting bigger and bigger, and I thought I might die like this. It's the second day, isn't it? The second day can be a lot for anyone. It wasn't that the education of the common woman's body was lagging behind in this world. It was considered a shameful thing to talk about sex. Perhaps because of this background, Lotte's mother, Catherine, hadn't told Lotte about her first menstruation yet. Lotte was squirming around, worried about her waist. Because Lotte is using her own method of treatment, she can't help but be anxious to see if any blood has leaked out. In particular, pharmacy uniforms often stand out in their white apron dresses. I don't know what to do. I think it's a happy occasion. Falma celebrates. I'm not happy about it. Ellen chuckled bitterly. Perhaps because the culture is different from that of Japan, which celebrates growth by cooking red rice, there seems to be no sense of auspiciousness at first sight. If it bothers you, do you want to go get a red dress and wear it? I tried to keep a low profile in my personal clothes by wearing black on the days when the moon stuff comes in. Ellen makes a joke about it. Was that so? Falma had gotten some extra information. So, what's Lotte-chan's biggest worry? Ellen felt Falma's cold stare and returned to the topic that almost derailed her. For the time being, my back is very painful. Also, I'm worried about getting my clothes dirty. I guess it's the relaxin that's hurting your back. TL note. Hormone relaxant prior to giving birth. Falma interjects. Relaxin, a type of ovarian hormone, works to loosen the joints of the whole body. You'll feel the pain, especially around your lower back, when you are loosened up around the pubic bone. Pharma couldn't even imagine the pain of it, so he asked, "Do you want some painkillers? I can get you some. It's not unbearable." Lotte shook her head. "I'm going to step into it a little bit now, but it's not a joke." Feeling a little uncomfortable, Falma asked, "I'll leave you to your seat. I'm going to the bank to deposit some money." When Cedric realized that this was going to be a topic of conversation about female sexuality, somehow, he staggered out. "I'm not asking you this for any strange purpose at all." Pharma pressed the reminder. "You don't have to go around being so defensive." In a roundabout way, Ellen smiled and put her glasses back on. Lotte hid behind Ellen. "What's up with women's sex education? I'm a man and I want to hear what the women are up to." There was no sex education on the male side at all in the Medici's family, even for Falma. It could be because Bruno was hesitant to impart his knowledge to Falma. Or it could be because he taught it long ago, or it could be a decision not to teach it because it's too early to teach it to Falma yet. As for Pal, he was quite sexually exuberant, though he did say that even though he made love with women, he still used birth control. Pal must have studied at medical school. "So, what kind of underwear and sanitary products do you wear?" Incidentally, Falma's underwear is a shirt and pants in one piece. This is unisex, even if you're a princely man. And when it comes to women's sanitary products in modern Japan, there's sanitary towel, napkin, tampon, in which cotton is made into a cylinder and inserted into the vagina with an applicator. In addition to this, there is also a menstrual cup that is inserted directly into the vagina in foreign countries. In Europe, tampons are still the mainstay in the world today. "I'm not wearing any underwear." Ellen didn't have underwear. It's not just Ellen, but everyone, young and old, as well. "What's a sanitary napkin?" Lotte was hiding behind Ellen more and more, sticking out only her neck tentatively. When he described it, it seemed that there was stuff close to a tampon. The material was either silk or animal hair for the nobility. The commoners pack cotton and other materials. "How long have those fillings been on for?" Falma concentrated on taking notes, trying not to make eye contact with the two of them as much as possible because of the awkwardness. Until that person thinks he or she should change it. In general, it depends on the person. It said that it is not uncommon for ordinary people to wear it for more than a day because they don't care about it as long as it doesn't leak blood. Apparently, they try not to replace sanitary napkins as much as possible because they're expensive, although they're never unsold. I'm sure Ellen would understand by now, but if you wear it for a long time, it can become a hotbed of germs, cause infections, or even lead to sepsis. Also, it's dangerous to pack anything that isn't clean. Don't be afraid to say it. "Then what should I do?" The level of cleanliness required by Falma-sama is too high for the common man. "It's something I'm going to throw away anyway." Ellen flinched. Putting the notes together, Falma said, "Let's develop an inexpensive, clean, easy-to-use sanitary product that will be carried by MEDIQUE and the Dispensing Pharmacy Guild." Falma suggested a set of underwear and napkins that would be safer to manage. It should be made in a clean process and be hygienic. Then, when it starts to take off, you can make tampons too. "Well, if you can, I'd like you to try it on." "I'll try it on myself though." "No." Lotte screamed and ran outside the pharmacy. The embarrassment must have been extreme, Pharma thought apologetically. Since Falma-kun said something strange. "Lotte-san, I'll give you some skim cotton just in time. So come back here." Did I say something strange? I might have said that. Surely, it's not an issue that a male medicine man should step into. This kind of thing doesn't work when a guy walks in. I'm going to make a prototype of a napkin for Lotte. Will you help me with that, Ellen? It's hard to do this kind of thing on my own. I'd like to see the development as well, but I'd like to see dissemination, especially to women pharmacists. Ellen may be embarrassed, but it's something Falma can't and needs to do. It's a delicate issue, isn't it? Falma-kun is a child, so he can still be forgiven on the edge. But if a grown man said something like that, he would be blown away. Ha ha, I can't say I'm a grown man inside. Falma enters the laboratory on the 4th floor with Ellen, feeling scared inside. The structure of a sanitary napkin is laminated in the following order. The part that comes in contact with the underwear, the waterproof film, the absorbent body, and the surface material. Falma hands Ellen a sketch of an idea, which she draws. This is nice. It makes me want to try it out. A highly absorbent napkin must have a hydrophilic superabsorbent polymer SAP to absorb water. So, you can synthesize it from a superabsorbent polymer that will act as a water absorber. The superabsorbent polymer has a water absorption power more than 10 times its weight. And once it absorbs water, no water will come out when pushed. This will help prevent the leakage of blood. Lotte would be relieved. Since water-absorbing polymers are polymeric compounds, he can't suddenly make a compound that Falma hasn't imagined. Therefore, acrylic acid, acrylate, and cross-linkable monomer polymerizer are made separately, and then they are added to polymerizer, to be precise, copolymerize. When the polymerization is complete, it becomes sodium polyacrylate. As Falma continued his work, he explained, "What's with the polymerization?" As she watched the polymerization work, Ellen was confused by unfamiliar words. It's a chemical reaction that causes substances of the same structure to connect. Like a pearl necklace. There's also a linear polymerization like that. This will polymerize into a mesh of lattices. When Falma tried to explain to Ellen whether she could understand what jungle gym conditions were, he stopped though, since Ellen doesn't know what jungle gym is. It's done. This is the water-absorbing polymer. It's just white powder. Well, don't say that. The two of them came down from the lab. Falma spills a glass of water on the pharmacy table with a gusto. Hey, what are you doing, Falma? Oh, I spilled it. I'll go get the towels. Before Lotte could get the towel, Falma took a tiny pinch of polymer and splashed it over the puddle. Then, the white powder would absorb the water as quickly as possible. Oh my god, a little powder has sucked up a glass of water. Ellen and Lotte looked at each other wide-eyed. It had absorbed so much moisture that it felt good to watch. Try pushing it, Falma urges. Lotte squeezed the polymer, which had become jelly-like. The water won't come out. Just hold the cloth that's tucked in here and you won't have to worry about your clothes getting dirty. Now that we've done this, we should be able to develop diapers for babies and seniors at the same time as napkins. Its use is not limited to napkins. I'm going to make some diapers and have Celeste Sama's baby try them on. When he asked for help, she readily agreed. By the way, Falma, I'm done with the napkins, but what kind of panties are you going to put them on? I'll never know until you draw it. Yeah, I'll go design it by tomorrow then. That night, after working all night to create several underwear designs, including Lotte's panties, Falma felt that he was working the most overtime work he ever did. The next day, a lovely pair of shorts with lace, hastily made by a high-class tailor, and a napkin made by Falma was completed. They were placed in a gift box by Falma and handed to Lotte. Coincidentally, it was March 15th. It was Lotte's 11th birthday, so it was a gift along with her birthday cake. Happy birthday, Lotte. Also, I hope you'll accept this one. It's underwear, so, not now, but you can open it later. Oh, thank you so much. Hearing those words, Lotte shyly accepted the underwear set. Falma-kun, is it a bad time? After handing it over with a somewhat subtle air, Ellen lamented. I didn't mean it as a birthday present either. It just happens to be that way. However, Lotte herself was happy to say that her menstruation was coming to an end by the time, but that she would be able to start next month. Apparently you don't have to wear a red dress, it's so comfortable to wear. I'd like to try that too. After hearing about Lotte's reputation, Ellen smiled. Later, the pharmacy's female staff member, Ellen, and the part-time female second-class pharmacists, Celeste and Rebecca, were also given free samples. When Falma handed her a napkin to her, a shy Rebecca was so embarrassed that she stupefied. And Ha ha ha, the shopkeeper is awe. After saying that, he left, and the next day he had a fever and missed the pharmacy. I should have given it to you. Ellen later apologized to Falma. I think so too. Falma felt apprehensive that people might think he was a pervert. He had the baby of Celeste come in to try on a small diaper. Basil, a 6-month-old baby, didn't talk when we put him in a diaper and he was in a good mood. Basil seemed to be comfortable too. It makes parenting so much easier. When he poops, I have to change everything, so it's hard. Her mother Celeste was delighted. I'll make a lot of them, you can use them. Thank you so much. Thank you very much. Celeste was happier than when she received her paycheck. In addition to clean napkins, baby and old age diapers, the Marseille factory began mass-producing men's and women's underwear for the MEDIQUE and dispensing pharmacies. As far as the raw materials for the polymer are concerned, pharma provided the synthesis. The company also sold a cotton napkin material for people with sensitive skin that is prone to polymer rash. Since polymer products are difficult to dispose of, special trash bags were distributed. Trash collection boxes were set up at pharmacies and dispensing guilds. And a fire magician was hired to dispose of them by filtering them to prevent them from emitting dioxin in an environmentally friendly manner. Phew, my lower body is finally settling in. Falma also had some kind of briefs made for him, and he finally got rid of the awkwardness of his lower body. He gave them out to Bruno, Cedric, and Roger, first-class pharmacists, but he didn't ask him if he perforated them. Pal said, "This is nice," and ordered an extra wash. His mother, Beatrice, immediately went to MEDIQUE to pick up her new collection. Blanche had her favorite pair of shorts tailored and put on, and then she innocently rolled up her skirt to show Falma. Falma wanted a break. Thinking that this was definitely an invention that should be reported to the Empress, Falma hesitated but did not forget to present the set of underwear and sanitary products to the Empress. It was too delicate a matter, so Ellen took the place. What kind of a fool is that medicine guy doing when his own life is in danger? TL note. Facepalm writer XD. The Empress was so astonished that she tried it on and loved it so much that she ordered the establishment of a Lang underwear specialty store in the imperial capital and began to order new products all the time. TL note. Lang's blanket are the likes. It's not a typo for lingerie since it's gender-oriented and for women. And because they were loved by empresses, they became a secret craze among fashion-conscious ladies and commoners.